Hello and welcome. This is a very quick OpenTX quick tip for a patron of mine called Toby. Now Toby is going flying with a friend of his. Toby is flying in mode 2, his friend is flying in mode 4. And what they want to be able to do is pass the radio between them and to flick a switch and have the radio channel assignments and things all taken care of. Now obviously they don't want to change anything on the model, they just want to swap things around. Now there are actually 4 modes available on the radio. I'm not going to go through all that here. If you're interested, a quick Google search will find lots of images explaining it. The great thing is with Toby and his friend, mode 2 and mode 4 only have 2 things that are different. That is the rudder and the aileron channel. So just by swapping those 2 across, it'll all work. And that's really important because the throttle is the only control that isn't sprung. So if you were going to change between modes that had the throttle in a different place, that's going to be really tricky because you're going to have to start unspringing other controls. But with mode 2 to mode 4, or any modes that aren't moving the throttle about, it's not too tricky. So let me show you what I've very quickly done. So here is the radio. Let me just simulate it, you can kind of see what I'm doing. So we see on the screen it says mode 2. The way it works, it's going to be the inputs. I've done it on, you could do it on either, to be honest. So here we have the inputs: rudder, elevator, throttle and aileron. The mixes are going to be rudder, elevator, throttle and aileron. It's just how it defaulted when I created the model. So at the moment, rudder and aileron are channels 1 and 4. So in mode 2, as I move the rudder, you can see that the rudder is coming out on channel 1, which is absolutely right. If I flick it into mode 4, as I move the rudder, it's now moving channel 4. Similarly with the aileron, when I'm in mode 4, which is on the screen very helpfully, it's moving channel 1. When I go back into mode 2, then aileron goes to output 4. And this is one of the cool things you can do in OpenTX. You can dynamically assign different controls based on different situations. Now there's loads of ways that you can actually do this, but I'm actually using flight modes. Now the reason I'm using flight modes is because it will display the text on the screen, and that makes it easier to see which one you're in. You don't have to try and remember it. It also means that you can kind of play around with your own trim, and you can disable the trim and do those other things as well that if you're flying a quadcopter you probably want to do. In fact, I did a video about a week or so ago where I talked about this exact thing, because disabling the trim can be handy on a quad. You've got your middle channel values to exactly 1500, everything's tickety-boo, you accidentally catch the trim before you take off, and then you're flying around wondering why it's listing in one direction or the other really badly. So I have 2 flight modes set up. The default one, mode 0, which is what the radio is in unless something happens, is called mode 2. The second one is called mode 4. You can just type whatever you want in here. And I've set it up so whenever switch SA isn't in the back position, that's what the exclamation mark means. It means the inverse. When it isn't in the back position, we go from one mode to the other. And that is all that I'm doing as I move SA. From the back position is mode 2. When it's not in the back position, it's going to change. Okay. So what I've done on the inputs then, and again you could do it on the mixes or the inputs, I've actually set it up so that by default the rudder is connected to the rudder control on the input, only in flight mode 0, and that again, flight mode 0 is mode 2, and then that's all taken care of. But I've duplicated it and popped it in here, and this time I've said that the rudder is actually connected to the aileron. Now the aileron, of course, is only going to be in mode 1, which is mode 4. Similarly, the other thing I need to swap around is the aileron. So in mode 2, which is the flight mode 0 that we set up, when that's in that position, aileron is coming from aileron, and surprise, surprise, when we flick it into flight mode 1, then that becomes aileron is connected to rudder, and that's how it's doing it. Now we could just have easily done it on here, and we could have made it so that the source changed, so rather than be rudder it could have been any one of these at all, but I've just done it this way and it kind of works fine. But you can see that also with the flight mode information too, it's also giving this extra little bit of information which helps you keep track. Obviously with this you just need to be careful with the trims and those kind of other pieces as well. I would probably set up some kind of verbal thing, so as you moved SA from one position to another, you might actually have it playing a particular track or a particular sound, but that would be something that I'd potentially do just as a warning so that you don't accidentally set off with the wrong mode set on your radio. With Toby, hopefully that helps. There's loads of different ways to do this. You could have done it individually on switches or other things, but I personally like the idea of actually having the mode displayed on the actual screen itself, just to help you keep track of which mode you're actually in, and it's something you can do as a last check before you snap the goggles down and take off and fly. Thanks for watching the video and watching right to the very end. You can find me in all the usual places on social media, and if you like the video and like what I'm doing here, then hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification icon too. If you really like what I'm doing, you can go the extra mile and become one of my Patreons for access to me directly for support, and also giveaways and regular updates too. If you're looking for particular content, then check out the playlist. I organise all of my videos into playlists, so if you're looking for a particular topic, you can find everything here. If it's called Introduction To, it's designed to start very simply and build on that simple introduction to teach you all about it. If it's called For Beginners, then that is really aimed at people who are brand new to that part of the hobby. You can also search on YouTube for anything that you're interested in using the search function at the top. So iNav Painless 360 will find all of my videos and even the playlist around iNav. So thanks again for watching and happy flying.